Hey, hi, hello, it's Napoleon here. One of these days I'm gonna have a vlog where I'm not without makeup and not when I do have makeup, but it's like the end of the day, so everything's all yeah. Okay, so I have been watching videos, and it's first started out, I was looking at videos of like creepypastas, like the top 10 creepypastas. And then eventually it led to top 10 creepy places. I was just like, you know what? Let's see what these places are. And I watched it. And out of 10 of those places, 3 I had been to. And apparently that is 3 too many, according to some people. And it's very fun thinking like, oh, I've been to places which are considered creepy. Ooh. And I don't know, I guess maybe I'll just talk about what it was like being in these places. Like are they really that creepy? I just don't know. And I'll talk about other places where I think they are pretty creepy. One will be a local place. Then last, I will talk about places that I do want to go to, and we'll just see, like, you know, what I would think they'll be like. So let's get this shindig started. So one of the places was the Winchester Mystery House. It is indeed a mystery, and the story behind it is like so crazy, but at the same time, it's like, it makes sense though. It's like basically Mrs. Winchester was told by a psychic or whatever that she was going to be haunted by everyone who was killed by a Winchester rifle, which, I don't know, it's pretty funny. Like, how do you know what kind of gun you were killed with? I don't know. I just don't know. And apparently, they were gonna haunt this lady who, I'm just like, I don't think she has anything to do with this. It's just unfortunate that her name is Winchester. Just like how in Game of Thrones, it's unfortunate if your last name is Lannister. God, I'm like so bright. What is, okay, that was, now I'm like having a sepia tone going on. Oh well, let's keep going. It wasn't really spooky in there, but it's definitely not a place you want to get lost in. It's like, it's worse than a maze, because you, there's, I can't remember what the cell reception, I can say the word. And, basically, I think they just have people in there just in case someone gets lost. I think they do have cases where people have gotten lost because they were going to check on a room and then, like, they stayed and took one too many pictures and then they got lost. And it was just like, oh, that's not that's not fabulous at all. Basically, the important thing is to stick to the path. And I will tell you why. A related story. One time, when we went to Hawaii, we took a ghost tour, and then our driver definitely believed in ghosts. And basically, he told us about the night marchers. I think that's what they're called. And basically, they're just like guys who are marching, and especially at this one place where it's like a bunch of guys were pushed off into their death. It's like Lemmings, but not cute. Basically, they were losing a battle, and I think King Kamehameha, I'm not sure where to put the stress on the words. I read it as Kamehameha. Fucking Dragon Ball Z ruins me. But yeah, it's like basically we were at this one spot, and it's like this cliff, and then if you keep going, there's this little pathway. And then basically me and some people, we thought that they said, you know, you go over there, but we did not hear the call to go back to the buses. So it's just me and this other couple, and we just kind of kept going because there was a path there. So it was like, you know, it seemed like fair game. Until we realized there's no one, we swore we saw other people go that way, and we were like, okay, like, where are these people? And then we realized there's nobody around, and we got really scared, and we were like, what the fuck? And then I got a call, and my mom was freaking out. She's like, you know, like, where are you? They said to go back to the bus. Like, no, I said we can keep going. Like, me and this couple, we were so confused. And then we started hearing sounds. And it sounded like drums. And the only other sign of civilization is there's the freeway, but it's like there's this tunnel, and then you can't really hear it that well because it's very open, so it doesn't really echo. So the sound, like, even if it was drums, it was like boom, 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 and then we hear people walking, and we're like, is it those people? And we're like, you know what? Fuck them. Let's go back. And we just started running back to the buses, and we were just like, well, fuck that. We were never, like, and that's where I learned, just don't, if a person says you can go that way, just don't do it. Just, and maybe if you're there, go with other people. So luckily, I wasn't alone. I was with this other couple. I didn't know who they were, but we're just like, we're out of there. Oh, that was a scary moment. But anyways, back to mainland USA. So yeah, apparently, there have been like paranormal investigations there, and it's probably old lady Winchester still haunting the place. I don't know, just, it never really felt creepy, like, ugh, I don't want to go in there. It was just more like, I was mostly filled with intrigue, like, ooh, what could be in there? Oh, could be all kinds of fun stuff. So that's the Winchester Mystery House. That's my experience with it. And you heard another experience, which was a little embarrassing. I mean, how do you get separated from a ghost hunting group? Anyways, next spooky place that was listed was the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. It's north of Denver, and it's not too long of it. I think it's like an hour drive. And when we went, it was still daylight. It was like, I don't know, 4:35. So it's like, the sun's about to go down, but it's not going down. It's not gone down yet. And honestly, when you walk up to the property, it looks very nice, nothing too intimidating about it. And then when you get to the lobby, you're like, this is a nice place. Like, it's not spooky at all. Then you see the stairs leading up to the rooms, and they're like, don't come up here unless you're a guest. And it's like, that's understandable. Like, I would not want people wandering around outside my room. And then we went to the gift shop, and they have a little gift shop, and they have all kinds of like shining stuff, and and then everything's okay until you go downstairs, and then you're just like, oh, this is not okay. Because then when you're down there, it's like there's this room, like you go downstairs and you go to the right, and then there's restrooms, because let's face it, you're gonna have people going in there who don't stay there, but gotta have open potties. And then there's like these rooms, and just they're filled with things, and it was dark, and that was spooky. Because I was just honestly waiting for someone to walk by, and I was just like, oh, I kind of creeped myself out just now. And then supposedly there's like this little walkway of like some sort of mineral thing, which I can't remember the name of. Supposedly it holds on to spiritual energy. Ooh. And I'm not too big on spiritual energy. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. But yeah, then you see like their whole memorabilia of like shining stuff and the celebrities who stayed there. And I don't know. You see some old historical stuff, but then it's like, it's like a ghost could pop up any second, even in the most lit up place. And that's, I think, where I scared myself. So yeah, I think probably the creepiest part would be staying in a hotel, and then it's at nighttime, then you're like, what do I do? Like, I told you guys about the place up in Santa Fe. Stayed up there. Spooky shit happened to my parents, not me. So, I wouldn't know too much about that area personally. Okay, so, place number 3 out of 10 that were listed was the Sedlex? I don't know how to say C in Czech language. I don't know if it's like Polish, or is it like Western where it's like a K sound, Sedlec? ossuary. I don't know. It's a church made of bones in Kutna Hora, Czech Republic. It is outside of Prague. It's a few hours drive, I think, or I don't know. It may feel like a few hours drive. Basically, you see beautiful, lovely, green, lush Czech countryside. It's just amazing. And I don't know. It's not really spooky. It was just more like interesting because it's like there's so many, like, it's literally bones everywhere. And I remember one guy said it's like a skeleton IKEA. You can have your your bone chandelier, and it was a chandelier just with femurs and bones from there, and it was really cool. And then there's just skulls stacked, and there's like a little coat of arms with the symbols made from bones, and it was really interesting. But then they have like little random cherubs, like they just seem so out of place. And then you kind of see most of them were actually from soldiers who fought in a war. I don't know which war. It was a long time ago. And apparently it's like, you can see on some of them, it's like where they probably got bashed in the head, especially. Like, you see them especially in the skulls. It was funny because when I was taking pictures of it, like, you know, with like, I know with iPhones, it's like when you take a picture, it identifies a face. It doesn't really do it that well with skulls, but over there, it was picking it up. And I just thought that was really funny because, you know, there's the sockets and then that no lower jaw, so there's just like, ugh. And so, I just thought that was pretty funny. I was just like, is the ghosty wanting his picture taken? So, yeah. So, those are the 3 visited places. You know, it's just funny because there's other places where it's like, I don't know, it's like, you know, the idea of them is spooky, but then once you're there for like 10 minutes, then you're like, this isn't bad. This is okay. Yeah. You kind of have bragging rights because you're like, I'm here. You're not. Woohoo. All right. So I think other places that, you know, I don't know. I've talked about plenty of places before. Like, one of the places that I talked about, I think before, was, Waverly Hills in Kentucky. I think it's Kentucky. I think so. Outside of Lexington or in Lexington. I don't know my geography that well. Basically, I talked to Sorry about this, and it's where I pretty much had my first kind of weird emotional experience where it's like I wasn't emotionally invested, but a ghost decided, I'm going to make you emotionally invested, and I just started crying, and I was not upset at all. It's very weird to cry when you're not upset or, you know, tears of joy, so like no happiness. I was just like intrigued, and that was really weird. I was spooked out because the place was creepy. I saw shadow people walking, and someone went down there and they said there's nobody there. Like, what the fuck's going on? So that was awkward. Huh. La 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 la. Okay. Guess another place I did talk about is New Orleans. New Orleans. One of those places where we took a walking tour. And it's like, there's no wandering far away because it's like, you don't want to wander away because there's probably drunk guys that are going, oh, New Orleans, and bleh, they puke in a corner. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, alright. Like, other places I visited, I don't know, I just felt like they were more creepier, especially in New Orleans, in that cafe I went to. You know, it was just very nice, but it was just, there was an unexpected event happening with the saloon doors opening, like, unexpectedly. Like, nobody was there, nothing's causing it, but it's just, they're opening. And I was just like, that still haunts me to this day. And then, of course, there's that, I think these were things I talked about in the childhood haunting, vlog. If you look back several months ago, you'll find it. So yeah, my bangs do not want to cooperate. Looks weird. There, I'll just do that for the rest of the vlog. Alright, this keeps powering off. So I guess last one place I want to talk about is places out of that list that I do want to visit. Like, I just would love to go there, and I don't know, just the idea of them is kind of spooky. Like I said, like, you know, you're in there, you're like, ugh, but then you get used to it, and you're like, this isn't so bad. That was weird. Just went black. Okay. Something is either in here or doesn't want me to talk about it. You know what? I'm just going to keep talking. Okay. So one of the places I wanted to visit is the Aokigahara Forest, the suicide forest. And that sounds really crazy. Like, a part of me just thinks that's gotta be haunted. Like, because people go in there to die. Like, and it's just it's at the foot of Mount Fuji, so it's like, my family has been talking about visiting, I just don't like how it's dark. It doesn't want to focus, redo the colors. Oh well. And it's like, that place has got to be haunted because, you know, people go in there thinking this is where I want to end my life. Like, there's got to be, like, a feeling of despair there. Like, there's got to be no doubt about it. But then again, it's like, this person really does want to end their life. And they do, like, I've seen videos of it, and it looks very nice. Like, you know, 'cause it's a forest. Forests are peaceful. And I think what's funny is that people say it's, like, absolutely silent. Like, no, not really a lot of insects and birds. So I'm just like, well, that's creepy enough. Because you expect a lot of wildlife. But, no. It's mostly silent. Like, oh, okay. So, yeah. I think I would definitely want to go in there and try to find a body, but then the thing is like, what if you get lost? Because remember I was talking about Hawaii? Yeah, that looks not okay, because it's like, if I go in there, I want a phone with cell service, but since it's a forest, there may not be cell service. So, I don't know. I would not want to go in there alone. Like, I would definitely go in there with like 20 people, and we'll all leave like, we'll all be tethered together, and then that way it could be like, okay, nobody got lost, we're all okay. Like, you know those, leashes that retract, like, for dogs? Like, let's just all wear one, and then we'll just, like, be held together like that. Like, that would probably be the best, because that way, because a tether, that does not stretch. Those, they can extend, so we can go as far or as near as we can be. Yeah, that's a plan. Who wants to go in that with me? Like, seriously, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Nobody steal that idea. I want to do that now. It's weird, because I feel really sick all of a sudden. I feel like gagging. Oh my god. I think there's a ghost in here, isn't there? That's not great. Anyways, let's talk about the one last place that I would like to go to. But before that, I think, stop doing that! Why are you doing that? Okay. Suddenly the gagginess went away. That was awkward. I think, honestly, if I did see a body, I'd probably scream so loud you could hear it all the way back here to the U.S. Because just thinking the idea of finding someone who wanted to kill themselves there, you know, is like, it's understandable, but then it's like, there's so many people who will miss you, and that's really sad. And then it's like, I don't know. I guess one of the things about there is like, you know how they died. It feels like if someone got murdered there, that'd probably be a different thing. I would run the fuck out of there. Like I'd be like, I did not even see that. No. But if it's like a suicide, it's like, we know how they went. Most of them are like hangings. That's still really sad. Like, it's really sad. I probably would be like, that's like, probably right there is where I would start crying by myself. Like, on my own terms. I don't know. Alright, probably last place that I will talk about. Wow, it's this go on for more than 20 minutes. Oh my fucking god, I'm sorry if you watched all of this. But the last place I do want to visit is Pripyat, Ukraine. I'm not sure if I said that right, but it's in the Ukraine. Basically, the city where the Chernobyl factory workers and their families lived at. It's like, basically, the radiation is like, it was so crazy there, but it's like, lately it's been going down, so, cause I think that's the thing about radiation, it decays. I think I got my chemistry right? I'm not sure. Chemistry was always my weak point. It's funny, because I actually had one of my heuh say that, and it's like, I passed that on. And so, like, yeah, it's like, chemistry is just, like, not one of my greatest things, but I think that's the thing with radiation, it dies down because of the whole half-life business, and basically, it's becoming more and more tolerable for humans to be there. I'm not sure if I want to go there, but then, considering the fact that I did go see a nuclear reactor doing its thing at my mom's work one time. It's like, you know, maybe I should not be a pussy and just go there. But then I think it's kind of spookier now, because there was a movie that came out a few years ago, and I remember me and my family, we saw it, and I think it was back at 2012. Because I think it was before our last European trip, and it was about these kids. They go around Europe, and it's like a lot of places where we went to, and they go to the Ukraine, and then they go to Kiev, and then they take a extreme vacation to Pripyat, and then basically they get stuck there, and then just people start coming out, and it's just not okay, and it's just like they're being hunted, and it's really spooky, and I think it's called Chernobyl Diaries. So basically, if you have a chance, look this up. It's pretty ridiculous, but it's kind of spooky too. And I guess because, you know, me and my family were just like, oh my god, we're going to Europe. Like, okay, let's not go to any places. So yeah, definitely check that movie out if you can. It's just like, the ending is not okay. No. Alright, so, I pretty much talked about spooky places. Like, I guess pretty much what makes Pripyat scary is the fact that there's that amusement park that's closed. Like, I think it never opened. So, it's like, amusement parks are pretty creepy at night. Because I worked in one, I talked about this, and the thing is you have to clock out at this one area near the front, and it's like to the side, and then to get out, you have to go through the back gate. So you had to walk through the park. And, there's two ways to get there. One is longer. Well, actually, it's like there's no direct path. There's like two ways. You gotta go around this area of rides. And, I think it's pretty funny because I actually did see, like, one of the managers. He was, like, a younger looking manager, and he looked creepy. Like, something about him was just not okay. And he's an okay guy. But then when you see people at night, and then there's these rides, and then there's stuff not on, and it can leave weird shadows and images around you. You're just like, this is not okay. No. I think it's one of the reasons why I don't ever want to work in an amusement park ever again. It's just because it's just something about it is not right at night. So, I don't know. You know? Then again, it might just be that, I'm not sure what to say. Probably because it reminds me of, like, these videos I saw where it's, like, Disney afterlife, like, abandoned, and then just, like, everything starts deteriorating. It looks creepy, and that's what's happening over there. Everything's just kind of deteriorated, and it's just dying. I don't know. I'm kind of getting lost out there. Alright, wow, this video has gone on for way too long. So you know what? I'm going to stop this at the 25-minute mark, and so thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all whenever. So until next time, bye bye.